hit on the fill motor. Alright, start. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go over a few things with you guys. That was just basically the machine running. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop here. Make sure we are stopped. Hit return. Okay, so I'm going to go over a few of the PLC items. Right now we have 5 different sections. This is auto run, edit recipe, manual run, system setup, and weight setup. First thing is manual run. I'm going to go right into manual run. And we have a couple things in here. We have automatic, I'm sorry, let me go ahead into manual run. Okay, I hit the wrong thing there. Okay, so we have 3 things. Auger jog, that's basically when you want to start. I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece here. If you're jogging the auger, you're basically just hitting jog and the auger's turning. So when you're in the beginning of the run, when you first put powder in, you want to hit jog to just get the product through the auger. This is agitation. You have off, with fill, and continuous. Basically with that, when you jog your auger, do you want your agitation, which is the blade inside the hopper? Do you want that turning with fill, which is normal? We put that with fill, and or continuously. We also have index, which is down here. This is the manual index. So when you switch over from container to container, you can set up your index cylinders with the manual index. This round right here, I'll just go over that with you. This round is what lines the bottles up. So I'm going to grab another bottle. As you can see, when the bottles come in, the round lines it up. The point over here, it's kind of back here. I'm going to go ahead and hit index again. Oh, let me show you that again. That is what separates the bottles. So once that's in, this bottle releases, this point holds it, and then again we hit index again to line it up, the next bottle up. When you're going, what I was going to say was when you're going from bottle to bottle, size to size, these index cylinders are going to move a little bit. They're going to move a little bit because you have a bigger bottle than this. So they'd move, and all you do is move this down a little bit to line up your bigger bottle. Move this over a little bit to line up your bigger bottle. That's how that works. That manual index is what you need to do that. I'm going to go ahead now into let's go into edit recipes. Okay. See if I can try to focus this in a little bit more for you. It's a little blurry on the screen here. I'm going to go ahead and go over a few other things before the PLC, and then I'm going to do a second description for you so I can kind of focus in on that PLC for you. So let's just go over a couple other things on the head. This is your couple things. This is starting from the top. This is the head. We have it opened up to show you the inside and the top. You have a clutch brake. I'm going to go ahead around this other side. This is your clutch brake in the front. That's what drives the auger. Right below that is an encoder. Now that encoder is there for if you ever run in turns. So if you ever want to not run in weight or by the, I'm sorry, you're always running in turns. If you ever want to run by time and your encoder fails, this is your encoder. If that fails, then you can run in time. But you have an encoder gear. That is right there attached to another encoder gear, and that is what counts down your auger turns. So when you set in 10 turns or however many turns, that's what's counting it. You have a gear reducer and an agitation motor. There's a chain that drives a sprocket, which internally drives the blade inside your hopper. There's a blade that sweeps the inner wall of the hopper. Again, when we go into edit recipe, and I'll show you that in the second segment, you're going to want to have that in with fill with your product. And that's the agitation motor gear reducer. Up top is your pulley. You have a V-belt. That's attached to a 3-step pulley in the back. I don't know if you can see that or not. And that's right now set in the middle slot, which is 600 RPM. If you move to the top, it's 750. If you move to the bottom, it's 450 RPM. Coming down here, this is your hopper bowl, your hopper cover. This is your in-feed duct where your hot feeder would feed into. You have quick release clamps right here. There's 4 of them. When you take the hopper down, you're going to release all 4 of these. You're going to take down your funnel with 3 bolts around the cup. This is the hopper coupling, 1, 2, and 3. This funnel piece would come down, and then you're going to leave the top bolts on. You're also going to leave the bolts here. You're never going to touch these. There's actually bolts underneath too. So this L bracket and coupling are going to stay together. You're going to loosen up this bolt right here. There are pins, one here and one on the other side, that line this L bracket up. But this L bracket, coupling, and hopper all come down together when you clean it out, and they all get put up together. Now this hopper support does not get touched. So this is never going to move. These bolts are never going to be touched. The bolts underneath are never going to be touched, unless you crack a casting or something like that. Let's go ahead and the funnel. That's how that's taken down. The auger up inside there is a spring loaded, so you would push up and twist to get that down. Push up and twist to get the auger down, or to get it back up. It's just a spring loaded auger. And the blade that's inside the hopper, that is held in by 1 bolt. Up here is your level control. This level control is what you're going to tie into for your Hotman. We're gonna have 2. There's inside here is 2 blades, tuning forks they call them, that vibrate. They're constantly vibrating. When the product comes down in here, it fills up, and once the forks read them, it tells the Hotman stop feeding. Once it lowers, it starts vibrating again and tells them to start feeding again. All right, going down here, we showed you the index cylinders. These are your guide rails. They're just all quick release stuff. So these move in and move out for your bottles. You're gonna have to change them for the different size bottles. This is your photo eye. Bottles have to. You want to preload. You want to preload with containers in here before you start your run in the beginning of the day. Once we do the photo eye up here, because once the photo eye, you want to have like a preload of 4 or 5 containers. If it doesn't see a bottle, it stops filling up there. If it sees a bottle, it starts filling. But we preload them with 5 containers or so. That's your photo eye. That's what sees the containers and starts the initiation process. You asked about a photo eye. That would get tied into where this photo eye is already tied into. Moving around the back, of course, this is your unscrambling table. It's basically this. I'll just go really quickly because it's really simple. It's basically on and off right here, and then there's a speed dial right here, how fast you want to run. It's just 110 volts to turn that on. Very simple. Okay, so going to the back here, this is your fill motor in the back. This is what drives the clutch brake. It's just a 220 volt motor. Very simple. When you're coming back here, this is your main power. If you ever want to work on the machine or do anything with the machine, just turn this off. It turns all the power off. Back here, we open this up. These are your contactors and overloads for your motors. The 2 motors I was describing, the agitation and fill motor. If they ever trip, if you ever get a backlog of product or spike in power, these will trip circuit breaker. So you just hit reset to start them again. And actually, right in here, there's a little gold piece that would pop up. And then your main power is coming right out of this box. This is your main power box right here. So right down here is your main power. This is your 220 3-phase power. You just hook that up. Very simple, and that gets all your power going for this machine. You want to bring air right to here. We already have the regulator engaged in the solenoid valve. Just bring your air to here. I think it's we have how much psi? I think we have 40 psi on there right now. I think it's 2 to 3 CFM. Back over here, this is the back of the machine. This is called your double bell. There's a liner in here, and there's a brass plug inside here. You would loosen this screw to raise and lower this column. So you loosen this screw, and then use your jack handle and just go right into your jack right here, and turn it clockwise to raise it up, counterclockwise to lower it. Very, very simple to do. And we're going to come right back around here. We're going to go in segment 2 in a second with just the PLC stuff. Just again, this is your, you still really can't see it too well. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. But you have some switches here, conveyor off on. You can hear the conveyor turning on. This is your fill motor. This is the motor in the back of the machine. That has to be on for it to run. That's your emergency stop and start switch. We're going transferring right onto the metal detector. And then we're going right onto the, let me drop some, and right onto the check row. And segment 2, we'll go over some of the PLC stuff. Thanks.